Hello everybody, this is Lara from Pure Elliott Wave with the Monday to Friday update for Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP. I will record as much as my voice allows, so this might be a very short video and you might not get all three today. Bitcoin has closed on a daily basis to a new all-time high. The previous all-time high is 68,446.32, but on a weekly basis it hasn't done so yet. I expect we may find resistance about 68,700. At the weekly time frame, volume has been steadily pushing price higher. Volumes return to the market. This is bullish. At the weekly time frame, an upward trend is now very extreme, but not nearly as extreme as it can get for this market, and it is normal for the upward trend at the weekly time frame to reach very extreme relatively early to midway through a bullish run. So this is normal look for this stage of a bullish run for Bitcoin. RSI is now deeply overbought. It would actually be good to see a pullback here to relieve some extreme conditions before the bullish run continues. It doesn't have to though. It doesn't have to be a big time-consuming pullback because RSI will reach deeply overbought very early on or toward the middle of a bullish run. Money flow is only just overbought. There's a ways to go before this becomes extreme. ATR shows a steady, strong increase at the weekly time frame. Volatility is strongly returning to this market. For the current session, March 15th, it's very early in the morning, New York time. It looks like price may close below support at 68,800. If that happens, then this support returns to resistance. If we do close below this area, then look out for a test of support below that, 63.70. Now it doesn't have to happen, but if it does happen, it would actually be really good to see. The previous session of the 14th of March has a bullish long lower wick that's long enough to form a hanging man candlestick pattern. This is a bearish reversal pattern, but it requires bearish confirmation in the following candlestick. We may be about to get that for the 15th of March, but this session is incomplete, so I cannot yet draw a conclusion about that. If it does complete bearish, then this would be a bearish reversal pattern, a hanging man, and we should expect a pullback to support. That's 63.70. Bearish movement for the last completed session does have some push from volume. ADX is now declining, telling us there is no longer a clear trend at the daily time frame for Bitcoin. We may be about to see a consolidation or a pullback. That would be normal, expected behavior within a bullish run. It would actually be a really good, healthy thing to see for this market at this time. If the current session does complete as with a red candlestick, then I will consider a pivot has developed on price, and then I would identify this bearish divergence. A little bit premature to do so while the candlestick for the 15th is incomplete. Likewise with money flow, and if there does exhibit double bearish divergence, then I would be expecting a slightly deeper pullback to just above 63,000 to be a little bit deeper or a little bit more time consuming to relieve recent extreme conditions and set itself up for the next bullish run. That would actually be really good to see a normal expected behavior within a bullish run. Keep your eyes on the bigger picture, people. Bitcoin has closed to new all-time highs on the daily basis. That's all you need to see a technical upward breakout. After a consolidation or pullback, expect the bullish run is very likely to continue. My Elliott Wave count for Ethereum, I'm labelling the middle of the third wave, potentially over here, even though it hasn't made new all-time highs. Looking back previously on bullish runs for Ethereum and other cryptos, sometimes the middle of the third wave does pass before it breaks through to new all-time highs, and then the strongest ends of the third wave are the ends of it, and that's the vertical upward movement. So long as the third wave is not a lot shorter than the first, then we're okay. And here Minuet 3 is longer than Minuet 1. So I'm going to label Minuet 3 complete, and the current weekly candlestick, if it does close red, and we're in Friday now, then that would look like maybe we're going to get a little bit of a pullback or consolidation. I'll label that Minuet 4. So let's look at how this is looking at the daily time frame. The end of Minuet 2 down here is this point down here. So now we've got Minute 1, Minute 2, the start of an impulse for Minute 3, with Minuet 1, 2, potentially 3, and now 4 to be a bit more of a pullback or a consolidation to last a few more sessions, maybe a week or two. May not move into wave 1 price territory below 2717.20. Look out initially for support about the 0.23, the log function that is, of the 0.236 ratio at 3516.08. If it breaks below that point, then next support, the log function of the 0.382 ratio at 3201.62. Technicals for Ethereum, initial support 3580, bullish long lower wicks suggest this is just a pullback within an ongoing upward trend because there's some bullishness in here. It's not particularly overly bearish. This hanging man candlestick pattern for the 12th of March was not followed immediately by bearish confirmation, but it does now have bearish confirmation for the 14th, so I will consider this a bearish candlestick reversal pattern. So following a bearish reversal pattern, we can expect either a consolidation or a pullback. Downward movement overall comes with overall declining volume, so there's not a lot of strength in this downward movement. It does look like a pullback or a consolidation within an ongoing upward trend, and that's exactly what the Elliott Wave count expects. On balance, volume has a neat little range, and it's just breaking below weak support. This support line is horizontal, which gives it some technical significance, but it's only got the minimum required 2 anchor points. You need to draw a line, so that reduces its technical significance, and it's not long held. So this is a weak bearish signal, but offers a little bit of support to the Elliott Wave count that expects Ethereum's going to have a little pullback or a consolidation here. ADX is declining. It would actually be fantastic to see a decent pullback or consolidation to bring ADX back down below 45, back into more reasonable territory and set it up for a new signal, for a new trend. RSI was pretty deeply overbought for quite a while, so a pullback or consolidation here could relieve this short-term extreme condition and set the situation up for the next bullish run. And money flow exhibits now double bearish divergence, so this supports the Elliott Wave count that expects Ethereum to have a pullback or consolidation here. I would expect it to last at least a week, if not 2. XRP, oh my goodness, this market has so much overlapping, it's a bit of a nightmare. It does tend to form leading diagonals quite commonly. It looks like it might be doing another one for Minuet Wave 1. I could label this, however, 1-2. 1-2, but for XRP I'm going to go with potentially another leading diagonal. I'll keep an eye on this one. Either way, a 5th wave up or a 3rd wave up after this pullback. It's complete a leading diagonal, or to move through to a 3rd wave, and then a pullback for a 2nd wave correction. May not move beyond the start of 1 below 0.5378. Yeah, I'm going to go with a leading diagonal because it seems pretty common for this market. Short-term technicals for XRP, it broke through what was prior support at 0.675 that was unable to be held. Look out for next support at 60 cents. If it breaks through there again, look out for a final backtest of support in the 54-55 cent range. Price is falling though with declining volume. There's not a lot of strength in this downward movement, and there are some bullish long lower wicks. So again, this looks like yet another pullback or consolidation within an ongoing upward trend for XRP, although XRP is weaker than the other two. I have a weak support line for on-balance volume. If it gets here, this might assist to halt a fall in price, but it may not because it's pretty weak. A break below this support line would be a weak bearish signal. ADX is now flat, no clear trend is indicated at this time for XRP. RSI is neutral after just reaching overbought and exhibiting a single bearish divergence. These pivots on RSI and corresponding pivots on price, and on closing basis, price moved higher, RSI failed to make a corresponding high. This indicates weakness for the short term in price and suggests a pullback or consolidation may continue. No corresponding divergence with money flow, and this is also neutral. ATR continues to show an increase overall for XRP. Volume and volatility are returning to the market. These are the hallmarks of a bull market and not a bear market rally. There will be consolidations and pullbacks along the way. It's actually really good to see one starting for all three of these markets, particularly for Bitcoin and Ethereum at this time. And that's it. That's all my voice can manage. I'm surprised it got this far. Thank you so much, everybody, for your support, and I'll see you all next week. Have a lovely weekend. I'm heading to Edinburgh today, and I'll be there for just a couple of days to have a look around, and I'm really looking forward to it. And then further north up into the Highlands of Scotland.